Please sign in. Please sign in. So there should be 5 students in China, right? I can only see 3 of you. Where are the other guys? Please sign in. Okay, I will give you another 5 minutes to sign in. Where are the students aboard? Please sign in. I will give you 5 minutes. Okay, I can see 7 students now. Okay, let's have our class now. I will share my screen. Okay, so today we will have the assembly and disassembly of Desire Engine. For most of the students, you said you cannot install this wipe. So let's have a look. First, let's have a look how to do the assembly and the disassembly of the Desire Engine, and what we should pay attention. So first, according to the different details and parts, proper tools should be chosen and used. And we will watch a video about how to do the disassembly and assembly of the Desire Engine. So first, you should choose the right tools. Then you should take good care of measuring tools when measuring, especially precision measuring tools such as dial cylinder gauge and outside micrometer. And dismantling marks on the parts should be strictly observed when dismantling details and parts. To dismantle nuts in certain order, that is, first the ups, then the downs. First outside ones, then the inside ones. Don't loosen or tighten the single side of nut. Damaged gasket, damaged sealing rings, and sealing rings out of springless all should be renewed. So you should check out the parts when you do the dismantling of the Desire Engine. If you find some parts is broken or doesn't work, you should renew them. When dismantling water pipes and oil pipes, some barriers should be used to hold the water or the oil so as to avoid flowing everywhere. The pipe and wrapped up with cloth as well. Put dismantled parts in sequence, placing them on the board or cloth cushion. Precision parts should be put in the iron basin. Some of them should be wrapped up with cloth in order to prevent them from collision damage. The detail parts to be cleaned should be put in the oil of a basin to clean with the clean oil. And the damaged detailed parts should be repaired or renewed. After fitting, turn moving parts with a few circles. No sticking or abnormal phenomenon or abnormal sounds allowed. After equipment has been refitted and qualified, tidy up tools, measuring tools, and clean them. So that is the points you should pay attention in the dismantling and assembly of Desire Engine. Now let's have a look at the video. The first is how to do the dismantling of the design engine. So first, we have to make sure the purpose to practice the dismantling of the design engine and the assembly of the design engine. So first, we have to read the attentions and prepare of the tools. There are some tools we will use in the dismantling and assembly. So first, disconnect the connecting wire between the battery and the engine. Then we remove the negative pole first, and then the positive pole. Remove the start switch wire. Close the oil pipe valve. Remove the oil supply pipe and return the pipe. And drain the oil. Open the drain switch and the oil pan box. Drain the cooling water and the engine oil. Remove the oil dipstick, and draw a line on the fuel injection pump and starter. Remove the starter. Then remove the cylinder head and the gasket. Unscrew the fastening bolts. Remove the integrated rocker arms support. Take out the push rod of the intake and exhaust valves. Remove the oil. Remove the rocker arm support. Then remove the oil return pipe. Unscrew the connecting nut between the high-pressure oil pipe and the fuel injection pump with an open-ended wrench. Place the high-pressure oil pipes in order. Then remove the fuel injection with the box spanner. Unscrew the bolt and oil pipe and remove the oil filter. This is the filter, the blue one. Then remove the oil transfer pump.
9. 拆卸气缸盖。
Remove the cylinder head assembly and gasket.
用扭力扳手。
Note that the disassembly should be carried out in the order shown in the figure. So we can see the figure here. When we do the disassembly, we should carry out in order. Then we remove the air valve assembly. Then remove the fan. Loosen the fixing nut on the generator adjusting frame and remove the belt and water pump pulley.
拆卸固定螺栓，取下发电机。
Then remove the bolts and the generator. Remove the water pump and generator adjust bracket. Then remove the crankshaft pulley. Remove the bracing apparatus.
15. 拆提前气盖。
Remove the advancer cover. This is the cover of the advancer. Then remove the gear housing cover. Then remove the camshaft gear bolts. Remove the retaining ring and inert gear pressing plate. Then remove screw of timing gear of fuel injection pump.
18. 旋下3颗油泵固定螺丝。
Unscrew 3 oil pump fixing screws. Then remove the oil sling, gear set, and fuel injection pump.
依次取下甩油盘、推油泵。 Then remove camshaft thrust
spacer and the inert gear shaft.
取下舵齿轮轴，拆卸机油压力传感器，
dismantle the oil pressure sensor.
交替旋下飞轮螺栓，取下电圈，卸下飞轮，
Alternately screw down the flywheel bolt. Remove the gasket and flywheel. So this is the flywheel. We should remove it from the
20放置人木，倒置机体，
invert the body
拧松机脚，
and
拆卸
remove
右翼
oil
和
pan
右面
and gasket. This is the oil pan.
.21使用内六角及开口扳手拆卸机油泵，
Remove oil pump with the open reach and inner hexagonal.
22拆下正时齿轮式，取出垫片，
Then remove timing gear and gasket.
拆卸固定螺栓，卸下飞轮壳，
Then remove the bolts and the flywheel shield.
注意拉出过程中应小心，不得破坏油封。
So be careful not to destroy the oil seal.
活塞连杆曲轴处的拆卸。24松连杆盖，
So first, in the disassembly of the crankshaft, piston and connecting rod,
25
first loosen the connecting rod
拆下
cover first,
打下连
and then put the body horizontally. Rotate the crankshaft and remove the connecting rod cover. So this is the connecting rod cover.
26倒置机体，用扭力扳按规定顺序由两边向
Then we invert body with the torque wrench from both sides to the middle sequence. Alternately loosen and remove crankshaft bearing cover bolts. Take off the crankshaft bearing cover. Pay attention to the bearing bush
取下曲轴轴
and the crankshaft thrust cut.
防止掉轴承盖标记顺序摆放，
Place the crankshaft bearing cover in order of the marquee.
小心抬出曲轴，注意保护曲轴。
Take out the crankshaft, not to wrap the shaft neck, and then place the engine body horizontally and take out the camshaft. This is the camshaft.
29. 用木柄顶住连杆大头，
Hold the big end of the connecting rod with a wooden handle.
连杆轴件、气缸套和活塞。
Push out the piston connecting rod group and place it in order.
拆卸过程完毕。
Be careful not to scratch the connecting rod, general, cylinder, linear, and piston. So in the dismantling, we have to pay attention to the marking of all the parts. In the process, we should not use the steel hammer to knock the parts. We should use the wood or we should use the wood. If we cannot take off the parts. Okay, this is the process of the assembly of the desire engine. Now we have a look at the assembly of the desire engine.
“江苏科技大学能源与动力学院”含有子结构。拆卸完毕后，将全部
So first, in the process of assembly of the desire engine, first we clean the parts with the clean desire oil after the assembly, and check whether the parts are damaged. If they are damaged, please repair or replace them in time. Desire engine installation process is opposite to this assembly. The difficulty lies in the installation of piston crankshaft connecting rod,
在各轴径表面
cylinder head assembly, installation, and valve clearance adjustment.
2. 按顺序安装曲轴轴承带。安装后轴承带的上指推片时，注意有油头的一面朝外。
Lift the cleaned crankshaft into the inverted body and coat a small amount of oil on the journal. And assemble the crankshaft bearing cover in sequence. Pay attention to the side of the oil slot facing outward when assemble the thread part on the bearing cover.
用扭力扳手分次交叉旋紧之力矩120。
Cross-tighten the bolts of the crankshaft bearing cover for several times to a torque of 120 and to 130
2毫米。
Newton-meter by a torque wrench.
活塞连杆组的安装。
Check that the crankshaft clearance
甩开口与三消垂直方向
is 1.5 to 0.15 to 0.25
180度。
minimum with a filler gauge.
2. 将活塞套入环套收紧。3. 横放机体。
Adjust the piston ring so that the first piston ring is staged
旋转至第一缸上指点。
45 degrees from the vertical direction of the piston pin.
端轴把与起轴键完全接触后，
The oil ring is staged
进行推动活塞
for 45 degrees to the left and the gap
同
of
样的方法，
adjacent piston rings of the piston pin. Slide the piston into ring sleeve and tighten. Place the machine body horizontal and push the piston in sequence. Pay attention not to install the marks reversely. Rotate the crankshaft to the top dead center of the first cylinder and insert the piston connecting rod of the first cylinder into cylinder.
一、装入凸轮轴，安装机油泵。
In the process of assembly of timing gear and oil pump, first assemble
二、清理密封面
camshaft and oil pump.
电片。
Then clean the oil cover and assemble the timing gear chamber and gasket.
三、清理密封面。
Clean the oil cover.
注意
Assemble the flywheel housing and gasket, and pay attention to the locating pin.
四、清理密封面。
Clean the oil
安装
cover
壳及其对点。
and assemble the oil pan, gasket, and machine feet. Place the machine body in the right position. Assemble the high-pressure oil pump, along with the back steering disassembly, and tighten the fixing bolts. Assemble the fuel injection pump, timing gear, and tighten the bolts and gasket. Note that the key should be linked with the flat key of the fuel injection pump shaft. Put in the timing gear and idle gear and rotate the crankshaft angle to ensure that the timing marks of the idle gear, crankshaft, timing gear, and camshaft gear are aligned.
记号相对应，安装舵齿轮压板及凸轮轴齿轮挡圈。
Assemble the
装上甩出盘
camshaft thrust plate. Turn the cam to install the locating pin. Then install the idler gear pressing plate and retaining ring and install the oil cylinder.
九、安装正时齿轮饰带及其垫片。
Then assemble the timing gear cover and gasket. 10、
安装提前气盖及其
Then
部件
assemble the advanced cover.
飞轮的安装。一、安装飞轮，注意定位孔。
So we should pay attention to the locating hole when we assemble the flywheel.
用扭力扳手旋紧致力矩50至60牛米。
Then assemble the flywheel fixing bolt backing plate. The bolt should be tightened to 50 to 60 Newton meter with a torque wrench. Then install the starter.
5、气缸盖组件的安装。一、安装气阀组件。
Install the air valve assembly.
2、垫上气缸盖衬垫。
Stick on the pad
抬上
and
气缸
pay
盖。
attention to
插
the
入气缸
location
盖
pin.
栓旋紧
Lift the
再换
cylinder
扭力
head
扳手
onto the body.
交替
Insert the
旋
bolts
紧到
and
130
replace the
至
torque
140
wrench
牛米
after preliminary tightening. Tighten alternately to 130 to 140 Newton meters in 2 times.
3、装入气门推杆，顶到挺住缓行座中。 4、安装摇臂总成。
And install the rocker arms.
6、风扇和发电机的安装。一、安装曲轴皮带轮和压板，旋紧曲轴
Assemble
皮
the
带
crankshaft pulley and the pressing plate and tighten the crankshaft pulley bolts.
2、安装水泵后盖垫片及
Then
水泵
assemble the water pump back cover gasket at the water pump.
3、安装发电机，装上固定架。
Assemble the generator and the fixing bracket.
因上螺栓，装上水
The
泵
upper end of the generator is connected to the adjusting frame with bolts, and the bolts are not tightened.
螺栓。
Assemble the water pump pulley, belt, and fan. Then we use the pre-bar to adjust the position of the generator to the mark during removal and tighten the adjusting bolt.
喷油器及其他配件的安装。一、固定柴油滤清器。
In the assembly of fuel injection and other accessories, first assemble the filter.
2、连接滤清器。
Then connect the filter outlet pipe to the fuel injection pump inlet.
3、在喷油机前端套上紫铜垫圈，安装喷油机。
Put a red copper washer on the front end of the fuel injection and install the fuel injection.
依次安装高压油管。
Then assemble the high pressure oil pipes in sequence.
安装呼吸器及其垫片。
Then assemble the bracer and gasket.
安装机油滤清器及变电，并联系
Assemble the filter, gasket, and oil pipe.
安装机油压力传感器。
Then assemble the oil pressure sensor.
上油底和乳酸，安装回油管。
Then insert the oil dipstick and screw in the oil pan bolts. Assemble the oil return pipe and ensure that it is sealed.
然后调整气门间隙，进气门间隙。
Then we adjust the valve clearance. The inlet valve clearance is 0.2 to 0.25 millimeters.
安装气缸盖罩及进活母。
Then assemble the cylinder head cover and gasket. So that is the process of the dismantling and assembly of the diesel engine. Okay, that is the process of disassembly and assembly. Now the students in China, in the campus, you'll come to the room 110 of the number 5 building now, and we do the practice in the morning. So come here right now. And the online class is over. I will send the requirements for the report and the drawings in WeChat. Okay? Okay. See you later.
他们准备在中国的人在上面。